Hello and welcome to the April edition of Today from the Heart. I'm Erin.
And I'm Caitlin, and we're broadcasting from the David J. Bloom Broadcast Suite for the last time.
We are super excited to show you the pieces in this month's episode. In this edition, we focus upon upper school students' motivations to make the world a better place.
First up, let's hear some juniors give us an inside look about an ethics project that educated them on world issues and some solutions.
So this year in ethics class, I decided to approach the corporal works of mercy slightly differently. And instead of doing them a little bit in each section did a really deep dive into one particular corporal work of mercy, and then coming up with a budget to determine how to sort of actually fix that problem.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm a junior, and for my ethics topic, we learned about homelessness. A couple things that surprised me when we were discussing homelessness was there are a lot more families than you would think, and we also discussed a lot of affordable housing problems.
Hi, my name's Maddie, and I'm in Section 2 Ethics with Miss Bader. Recently, our class has been discussing the issue of hunger in America, specifically as it pertains to the elderly.
My name is Charlotte, and I'm a junior in Ethics Section 3. Over the past few weeks, my class has been discussing the corporal works of mercy, and we've been focusing on how it applies to the criminal justice system in America. Something that surprised me was that there's a big economic burden on some people in the system.
Ms. Bader showed us documentaries and videos, which were really helpful. I think in terms of specific cases or different cities, and we also worked in groups.
My final project was a presentation on No Kid Hungry, and we basically decided to give almost all of the funding that we were offered to the No Kid Hungry program, and we explained all the different aspects that No Kid Hungry and all the different areas that it affected.
My group's final project, Dylan, Angelique, Isabel, and I worked on a specific part of the criminal justice system, which was parole. So we formed our own opinions on what the benefits of parole are versus the disadvantages, talking about why or why not we should have parole.
I think it's good to just broaden our perspective and realize that there are people who need help.
Way to represent, juniors, and great job on those projects. Thanks, Caitlin and Mary.
Want to learn more about the design elective? Let's take a look.
Well, this year in design, we have been doing a lot of work outside of our sketchbooks. This is one of the things I really enjoyed doing this year because we got to work a lot on shading, and we also got to pick the flower we got to do. I really like the design elective because some of the school days at Sacred Heart can be very stressful. I feel like design is a time period where a lot of us can come and be creative and kind of relax.
When we started with the paper sculpture unit, students studied a famous artist and then created a paper sculpture based on the design principles. And then we went on to learn about patterns, repeating patterns. And right now they're working on Islamic tiles. Oh, well, I've had students go on and become designers. One student in particular went to the Rochester Institute of Technology, and she is studying automobile design. It's a great field to be in. Design is everywhere. Anything that you look at, design is involved in. So there's many opportunities for careers in design.
It's super cool to see students take their artistic talent to the next level. Thanks, Lindsay and Maggie. Hey, Caitlin, how can you tell if the ocean is friendly? It waves.
Erin, you're no earthquake, but you definitely crack me up.
On that note, let's learn a little bit more about sustainability at our school and Earth Day.
Hi, I'm Hadley and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Mary and I'm a senior, and we're the heads of the Sacred Heart Sustainability Club.
My name is Ruthie Gold. I am the manager of secondary education initiatives at the Yale Program on Climate Change Communication, which essentially I help the Yale Program on Climate Change Communication, or YPCCC, think about how we can make all of our amazing data and tools that we've developed around the science of climate change communication accessible to teachers and students.
We started Sacred Heart for Sustainability as juniors because there was no active climate or sustainability club at Sacred Heart, and Mary and I have both been very passionate and interested in the issue. Kind of trying to educate everyone and get everyone involved has been our main goal.
I think the more that people talk about climate change, the more likely we will be able to move more quickly towards climate change solutions. When we burn those fossil fuels, that emits what we call greenhouse gases or heat trapping gases. So the more greenhouse gases there are, the thicker that blanket is, the more heat is trapped. Hence, we have global warming, where we see an overall rise in global temperatures, and that leads to climate change.
This year, our most recent project is the Meatless Mondays project, and that basically means exactly what it sounds like, but that Sacred Heart's not going to be providing meat in our meals on Mondays.
Really, we try and limit our meat consumption at home. The industrial agriculture complex is also a huge contributor to greenhouse gas emissions.
I think Earth Day is just important because it raises awareness, and I think a lot of people don't understand how these really small changes that we're promoting can really make a big difference in the larger footprint of sustainability. So I think just being conscious of the world around us and how it looks different even from how it did 10 years ago, and kind of hoping to preserve it and make sure that temperatures aren't rising and the snow levels aren't falling, and just kind of focusing on what we can each do as an individual to help that. I don't think until everyone is educated and everyone understands where their plastic goes and what they're eating and where it comes from will we really even start to see any change. So it's just important that we all work towards it.
It's something that everybody should care about because it's such a human issue, right? It impacts everybody. It's not just a problem for future generations. We're feeling the effects now. It's a threat multiplier. Just remember that there are so many people who are working towards tackling this problem, and there are so many ways to get involved.
Thanks, Ava and Grace. Now let's discover more about an upper school student's science research project.
Come on in. Hi, my name's Regina. I'm a junior and I've been taking science research for 3 years. I originally became interested in the class when one of the science teachers came and talked to us about it in 8th grade, because we're the first freshman class to have taken it since freshman year. And I really liked science that year, so I wanted to continue with that elective. So this year I came in second in the proposal category at the CT STEM Fair for my project on testing the effects of applied glucose on moisture retention and survival of tree saplings after a forest fire. After a forest fire, a lot of trees aren't able to regrow because the soil is really dry. So I used a project that looked at crops during a drought and applied their findings, which was that glucose helped with water retention. So using that information and applied it to trees after forest fires and seeing if it would also help with the moisture retention and continue to let them grow after a fire. A lot of us are participating in another competition called CSEP, which is Kinetic Science and Engineering Fair. And we have to Zoom onto a meeting with a bunch of judges and present our proposals or our completed projects again to see if we can win another competition.
Congrats on that win, Regina. I wonder what she'll spend that money on.
It's very important to learn about wellness, especially during COVID. Let's get an inside look.
School psychologist here at Sacred Heart. My name is Dr. Otero, and I'm a school psychologist here at Sacred Heart. And I work primarily in the middle school, and this year I'm also working in the lower school.
So wellness is the way that we take care of ourselves, both physically and emotionally, and how we work together as a community to support an idea of managing our social emotional well-being. So wellness is a big word, but it can encompass so many different things.
We had a wellness night a year or two ago where it was sort of a no homework night for everybody, and the goal was to use the Healthy Mind Platter to kind of do something for yourself. The Healthy Mind Platter was created by Dan Siegel, who is a psychiatrist in UCLA, and the idea is that there are 7 activities that we all want to try to participate in every day. And realistically, we don't get to all 7 every day, but it's the idea that there are 7 activities that really help us build healthy brains and contribute to well-being.
Some simple and basic sort of foundational starting off points would be to really come up with some good routines and structures that we can stick to. So whether that's what we do when we're during our school day or what we do on the weekends, it's really important to establish those routines. good sleep, good hydration, getting outside, our vitamin D, and really finding special time and ways to connect with those that are most important to us in person in a safe way.
Certainly, what we've seen nationwide and just across the world, right, is this secondary kind of mental health crisis in response to COVID, where, due to just increased isolation, not sort of having the freedom to go about life, that really impacts people. People are sort of more alone, there's more social isolation, and that sort of goes against what we know helps people thrive. Especially right now, sometimes we let taking care of ourselves sort of fall by the wayside, especially when things feel hard or when we're really stressed, and it happens to me too. We're only human. So I would just encourage, again, all of us to just kind of look out for each other and take care of each other, and to reach out to people that you think might be struggling or need a friend or need someone to talk to, especially right now. That's so important.
Always a great reminder on the importance of our well-being. Thanks, Ella, Izzy, and Fiona.
Ever wonder what Miss O'Grady carries in her bag?
I know I do. Let's watch this fun take on what's in my bag.
Hey guys, I'm Dylan.
I'm Charlotte.
And today we're going to be roaming the halls to see what items the Sacred Heart community carries in their bags.
Roll the clip.
Backpack, 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 backpack.
I have this bracelet that was in a set that I ripped off and I threw it back into my backpack. I have antibacterial hand wipes because you have to stay clean. I think that's it for this pocket. So let's move on to the next one. I don't have anything in this set. Oh my God, here are the other bracelets from the set. And I'll put these on right now in the side of my bag. Okay, now the main pocket. Okay, so I have my toothbrush in my bag because yeah, of course.
Floss.
Yeah, and some floss.
Awesome.
Yeah. Then I have this bag, some hand sanitizer. Gotta stay clean. Then I have these flip-flops. I don't know why they're in my school bag, but not one notebook. Literally not the notebook. No notebooks, just, flip-flops. That's it.
Just to show us what's
Are
in
you
there.
gonna like jump me or something? Okay. You're gonna take it, my stuff?
This is cute.
Thanks. Pencil case. This is the most suspicious thing I've ever done. Would you mind showing us some of the contents in your locker?
Okay, so this is my locker. It's really organized. Up top, we have an array of iced coffees. I had a record. How many is that? Maybe 4? So that's 4 right now. I usually clean it out when it gets to 7. So
Here's my bag. Imagine
Love
that.
it.
Speed
Love
up.
it.
Here we go. Socks, because I hate wet feet. Goggle, the good stuff. The whistle, gotta have a whistle. The flashlight, because I live in a farm. That's what's in my bag.
Thanks for following along.
Love that dental hygiene, Izzy. Thanks, Dylan and Charlotte. We were so happy to be your anchors this year. Thank you to everyone for following along.
Well, that's a wrap for the final time.
Wait, Erin, what about our special guests?
All right, Olivia and Neve, make sure to keep our seats warm for next year.
Well, now that's a wrap. From our heart to yours, thank you for watching Today from the Heart.